Well, the Wonder Room is a special gallery in the heart of our Chase Center for Creativity. It's an experimental gallery that opened in 2011, and it's in this space that we think differently about what an art museum gallery can be. And this theme is about textiles. The thing I love about textiles is they're pretty democratic. Everybody is comfortable with textiles. Everyone has clothing or rugs or blankets. And you'll see a lot of those things in this space. We commissioned 4 artists to create special installations for the space. And of course, their works are all based around textiles also. Julia, who's a Brooklyn artist, is creating this amazing magical entry.
I kind of imagine like a portal to the rest of the gallery. So a lot of it is acrylic, kind of grandma quilts that people don't know where they fit in their lives. And I kind of want to show just the beauty in them that sometimes people pass by.
Kelly Martin is working behind me probably right now, and she's a Columbus-based fashion designer, and she's created a really interesting activity that people can work on to create their own fashion design.
I'm really excited because this project kind of brings out my more vibrant, bright neon side. I was told that the project is kind of a Mad Max meets Jem and the Holograms, which when I heard that, I was like, you get me, this is my life. I'm more Mad Max now, but I used to be Jem and the Holograms, so the combination is perfect, pretty ugly, kind of what my whole vibe is anyway. So the idea is to create shapes with different closures and connectors in order for the museum goers to come in and really use technical and creative thinking in order to put these pieces together to create garments on dress forms. It is a bit of a challenge because in my mind I'm thinking about creating garments that go together perfectly, but that's not the idea of this. This is really to open up the mind of the person that's playing with the pieces in order to see what their idea of what a garment would be. It doesn't even really have to be a garment, it's kind of just covering the dress form in a creative way. I really think that kids and adults are going to absolutely love it because, you know, everyone wears clothes. So it'll be unique to see how they put it together. I'm sure the kids are going to love the colors, a lot of neons, but there's also a lot of metallics and a lot of cool metal trims and things like that that can really, I think, stimulate anyone's creativity for sure.
I am creating a giant textile spider web because I think I was a little bit inspired by James and the Giant Peach, you know, all the bugs hanging out and the giant peach and having a party and going on adventures. And I love bugs and I also love textiles. So I thought it would be a great medium to explore, and I thought people would love making their own bugs too. I'm also using a bunch of blankets and ponchos that were actually my husband's grandmother's that she hand knit, and so I kept all these blankets and I'm repurposing them in ways that would probably make her very angry because I'm tearing them apart and repurposing them. There aren't spaces that have work from the collection, new commissioned works, and interactive activities for people like all in the same space. So it's a pretty exciting venue to work in. So I feel pretty privileged to be able to do that.
I think the experience we want all visitors to have in every gallery is to really stop and take time to note, really look at works of art and think about them, right? And so in the Wonder Room, where we really change things up is to design the space intentionally to create this awe and wonder, to promote curiosity, where people really stop and say, whoa, what is that? We are at the forefront of really learning about our visitors and understanding what they need, what their expectations are for a great art museum visit. So I think there are other museums doing this, but I have to say, I think the Columbus Museum of Art is the best.